last time. Let's see here. Yeah, it's working. I can hear my goofy ass back there talking, so I know it's working. All right, it's working. It is working now. My young apprentice. Alright, so here's what I'm doing today. And I don't know, this may not work. This may work. Alright, so here's what I'm doing today. But if you want to make an earthquake mod, this may not work. Yeah, let me. This may work. I forget I get my phone. I can use it for a chat. I can see the chat text, so I don't have to hide my, or I can have my whole screen here. Hold on a minute. Let me pull up the chat here. Oh my god, I hate hearing myself talk. You can imagine what it's like for other people to hear me. Alright, let me set this up real quick. Put this phone here and this roll of duct tape. Alright, let me hold my phone up. Put this phone here and this roll of duct tape. Alright, let me hold my phone up. Probably work. Actually, that didn't work. Set it on. Damn, I ain't gonna be able to read that. Alright, I'll just stick it here. I think this will work. Alright. Yeah, that's situated finally. So if you want to make an earthquake mod, and I don't know that this will work, I think I can do it. So I think the confidence is key. Mod, as long as you got confidence, you can do it. So if you're going to make anything, first thing you have to do is research what you're going to do. Know what things look like. So I went on the internet and I looked for some earthquake photos. I think this might be from a movie. Yeah, Warner Brothers. So, yeah, this kind of gives you an idea how things should look. I think this might be from a movie. Let me go through these. Yeah, Warner Brothers. So there's different ones. This kind of gives you an idea how things should look. This one here shows what a road would look like. So there's different ones. Split open. This one here. This is what grassy area would look like. Split open. Split open. Just depending on where in the world it's at, depends on the kind of ground that's under it, but I just need reference pictures, so I have kind of an idea what it looks like. I think this is in the Philippines. I have kind of an idea, and I didn't take many pictures. I just there might be one more, two more. I didn't take many pictures. Alright, that's it. So this is the one that mostly sticks out the most. So I designed the thing in Blender. I'm going to make it like this. So this is the one that mostly but for the texture, what I'm going to do is go to the game and take a screenshot of the ground, a super high resolution screenshot of the ground without the forest, without the trees, without rocks, just the ground. In fact, I don't even need any shadows or anything like that, because that'll be the texture. See, what I normally would do is I would go into the game, I'd load like West Coast, not West Coast texture. See, what I normally would do Utah. I would go into the game. Well, hell, that's out west too, but you know what I mean. Utah. Actually, the west coast here would be California. The east coast would be Utah. Well, actually, I guess every state on the east coast. I'm on the east coast in Georgia. Well, but shit, I gotta drive about 5 hours if I want to see the ocean. I don't want to see it that bad. So, over here
About 5 hours.
is where I propose the earthquake will be. An area that is not, that's relatively flat, you know, not too far off the
An area that is
road.
That's
I'd
relatively
probably
flat.
make a road,
You know, not too far
cut
off.
through it.
That's
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
Probably make a road. You know, not too far
Cut
off.
through it. I think this is PBR materials now. I think they upgraded these. You always notice the levels PBR. Well, you can go in the terrain library and see.
This is PBR material.
Yeah, these are PBR.
You always know
The thing I don't like about the PBR, I mean, they're great. They look great. Don't get me wrong. But the thing I don't like about them is if you want to paint, say, grass here,
I mean, they're great. They look great. Don't get me wrong.
it's going to be
The thing I don't like about them is
basically it's the same color as whatever the base map is, and the base map is basically an overhead of this whole thing.
basically it's the same
So
color.
if you were to go into, say, here,
Whatever
you
the-
see
the
this is
base
the base
map is.
texture,
The base map is basically
which is an overhead basically of the whole thing. So if you paint where there's road, your grass is going to be gray,
base texture.
or where there's dirt, it's going to be brown, you know, so on. So based on this here.
Your grass is going to be
So if you wanted to really edit this and make this different, you'd have to change the base image to start with, so that you get the actual
If you wanted to really edit this
colors from the other stuff that make up the like grass or whatnot.
so that
But anyway, I'll do that later, because I'll have to cut the road. So what I want to do is I want to go into here from a top view,
But anyway, I'll do that later.
and
Cut the road. So what I want
that's where I'll
I want to go into here.
basically type forest here to hide the forest, all forest items. Oops, there we go.
Basically,
I don't think there's any
forest
other.
here to hide the forest.
Yeah, there's nothing else there. So
I don't think there's any other.
I guess any spot's as good as any.
Nothing else there.
Ground cover's on there. Let me get the ground cover off.
I guess any spots as good as any.
Not that you really see it from up there, but
Ground covers on there.
Ground
Get the
cover.
Ground cover off.
not that you really see it from up there, but ground cover. Yeah, that's all of it. Oh, I forgot about that. I always said, you know what would be a great thing if they like make an update where you could hit like a little arrow and it like minimize this.
Great thing if they like make an update.
So when you don't need it, it's out of the way and you don't have to go up to here
You could hit like a little arrow and it like
to
minimize
here and say edit apps.
So
All
you
right,
don't need
now
it,
get out of
it's
the
out of
way.
the way.
You know what I mean? It'd be nice if you could just one click
here and say edit apps.
All right, now get out of the way.
You know what I mean? It'd be nice if you could just one click.
You know, I had an idea for nitroglycerin. There's a mod that I made a while back.
You know, I had an
Yeah,
idea.
you can get it from the repo. It's called
nitroglycerin.
Money Bomb, I think.
There's a mod that
I forgot what I named it.
back.
But it basically is just
The repo is called
a lot of flat planes.
Bomb, I think.
I may have already deleted it. I got irritated with it yesterday. I think I deleted. Let's see. Smoke. No, there it is. So basically, it's you don't see anything
I got irritated with it yesterday. I think
unless you put a texture on it.
smoke. No, there it is. So basically,
Why it
it's,
went in the
you
ground, I
don't see
don't know.
anything unless you put a texture on it. So basically,
Why it
it's
went in the ground, I don't know. I tell you, man, sometimes some things just don't work like you want them to. I tell you, man, sometimes some things just don't work like you want them to. Yeah, tried to get away from me. See, is it falling through the ground? No, it's not falling through it. It's sitting there. So if you take, this is basically a lot of mesh planes. If you take the mesh planes and you make a lot of them in one place, they'll explode.
This is basically a lot of mesh.
They don't like
If you
to
take the mesh
have the
planes
same.
and you
They don't
make
like to
so-
share
make a
any
lot of them in one
space
place,
with anything
they'll
else.
explode.
I can put a vehicle next to it and show you what it does to it.
They don't like to share any space.
So what I was thinking is like it'd be possible to make a mod of nitroglycerin where there's a beam holding all the mesh planes steady, but the minute the beam breaks from too much movement, it would trigger the mesh planes to fall into the bed of the truck, for example, and it would explode. This is not the best. This is not the. Wait a minute. Damn pickup truck. This is not semi. This isn't the best version I've made. The one that's in the repo works a lot better. But you can kind of get an idea how this explosion would work. This isn't the best version. Yeah, I see what you mean. But I was thinking more like you deliver it, and you screw up, then boom, you blow up. Mercenaries World in Flames had a little mission where you had to deliver like these bottles, and you weren't supposed to have, but so many of them could break. I mean, it'd be easy to just attach something to the vehicle so that it's suspended, or maybe even inside. Like you could have it suspended from the roof with a beam. That beam has a certain amount of tolerance it can take, and if it breaks, then those flat planes, which I'm about to move into here, will cause a terrible explosion. Flat planes, which I'm going to find them. Damn, how do you get over there? Who knows? Who knows? How do you get over there? Who knows? I'll show you real quick. Let me get this one inside the truck. Damn, where in the hell is that thing at? I'll show you real quick. Let me get this one inside the truck. Damn, where in the hell is that thing at? I appreciate it. I was hoping, man, this update they would have made it where these damn arrows stick out, or at least have the green arrow also be here, so you can grab it here or here. That way you ain't having to fight to get to the damn back of things, to move things. That was what my wish list for this update hoped it didn't. Actually, what I had hoped is they would allow things to move like Blender, where you just pick an object and just say X, Y, Z, and it just picks the arrow for you. That'd be so much easier to move things around. Alright, I finally got this thing here, so here we go. Hold on to your seats. Alright, I finally got this thing. I'll say that it's probably going to be very lackluster. So the mod itself won't do so much. It's when you have a duplicate of the same mod that's the same thing, and they are in the same, fighting for the same place. You can see. You can have a few of them in different places. You can have them aimed at the vehicle, and just like any other explosion when they detonate, you can have them aimed at the vehicle. It should go that direction. Them didn't go boom. Oh, there it went. Yeah, a little late. Them didn't go boom. But yeah, you could have like something in basically be transporting it, and where these will be fine, but the minute that little beam breaks, it's all over. Be transporting it, and where these will be fine, but the minute ain't the best effect there. Little beam breaks, it's all over. Fire looks better than the smoke. Anyway, let me get these off of here. I'll be playing with these all day if I don't delete them. Alright, back to the overhead view. I'll be playing with these all day. Yes, good screenshot. Alright, high quality. I hope this ends up looking alright. I didn't mean to move the camera. Alright, let's look at what we got. Let's see here. Alright, let's look at what we got. Let's see here. Where is the damn screenshots at? I forget. No, right in front of me. Alright. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty blurry. I think that'll be fine. I don't know. Maybe I should take one more closer to the ground. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty blurry. You never know. I think that'll be fine. I don't know. Maybe I should take one more closer to the ground. You never know. I think that'll be fine. I don't know. Maybe I should take one more closer to the ground. Alright, so basically that'll be the texture for the ground. And once the ground, I mean, once it's basically that'll be the texture made onto the model and stuck here. And once the ground, I mean, once you shouldn't really be able to tell the difference between it and the ground around it. Made onto the model and stuck here. You shouldn't really be able to tell the difference between it and the ground around it. Made onto the model and stuck here. I'll load it in the photo editor. See what I gotta change the dimensions to power of 2. It's probably like 8K or something. It's probably like 8192 by the power of 2. It's 4196 if I were to guess, but like 8K or something. Let's see here. 4196 if I were to guess. 8192 by 4512. It's not power of 2, so it just crop it 2 to 1. 8192 by 4512. And it's not power of 2, so it just flatten it, crop it 2 to 1, scale it, and to 8192, flatten it, crop it by 4096, scale it to I'm not going to worry about seamless tile. Let me do the other one that's farther away. Actually, there's one closer to the ground. There's one that's far away. I'll probably do the other one that's farther away. Actually, there's one closer to the ground. There's one that's far away. Probably do the other one that's farther away. Let's see. I normally don't use PNGs, but if I ever need to texture paint in Blender, you can't texture paint with a DDS. It's not going to work. I normally don't use PNGs because of the compression. Well, I guess if you save it with compression, it's not going to work. I always save the DDS files with compression because, well, I guess if you save it with compression, that's what Blender, I mean, Beam NG needs the compression. Well, I guess if you save it with compression, that's what Blender, I mean, Beam NG needs the compression. Beam NG needs the compression. Alright, if I have to come back, I can come back and get a better texture. I'll load Blender now, and if I have to come back, I can come back and get a better texture. I'll load Blender now, and there we go. So that's the car size here. So what I was thinking is making a mesh plane. Or so that's the car size here. So what I was thinking is making a mesh. Yeah. Or that's the car size here. So what I was thinking is making a mesh. Yeah. Just my texture is texture is. Yeah, I get the same. Round one. Let's see how this looks. This is the one that's farther away. This is the one that's farther away. I mean, it's not. Thinking, I don't know. Maybe it'll be all right. I mean, it's not. Thinking, I don't know. Maybe it'll be all right. I don't think nobody would notice unless you're looking for it. I think it'll work. I don't think nobody would notice. Now the way I did this mod here, this road that moves, this will give me the idea for the earthquake, just based on how this works. This will give me the idea for the earthquake, just based on how this. Damn, I hope everybody that downloaded it, or anyone that did download it, didn't get a black texture like that. That's damn, I hope everybody that downloaded it, or anyone that did download it, didn't get a black texture like that. That's damn, I hope everybody that downloaded it, or anyone that did download it, didn't get a black texture. Damn, well, nobody complained. I guess nobody downloaded it. So, that's the only thing I can think. No one downloaded it because no one said anything about it. Nobody downloaded it. Yeah, because that wouldn't have spawned right for sure. That's the only thing I can think. No one downloaded it because no one said anything about it. That's what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, because that wouldn't have spawned right for sure. Maybe level it out here. That's what it's supposed to look like. So this works basically with left and right steer. Steering left and right. If I turn on the left and right nodes, the beams, you can see that here in the ground down there where you see letter A and letter B are hidden nodes that are anchored. They don't move. The ones on the end are anchored. See letter A and letter B, and hidden nodes that are anchored. Where you see this connected here is where the hydro pushes and pulls. So I thought, well, shit, that worked pretty good. What's stopping me from making like something on a larger scale with the ground? That the ground moves, not up and down so much as various ways, and then have parts that can break, crack, whatnot. So I didn't put a whole lot of thought into the mod so much as like, I know it can be done, it's just like, so I didn't put a whole lot of thought into, I don't know, I guess I'm thinking so much as like, I know it can be done, it's just like, get one piece first that when it shakes, it has the ability to split open. And then in Blender, you're going to basically, I'm thinking, pre-cut this so that it, and then in Blender you're going to basically, it's going to have some pre-cut this so that it, a crack in it. Crack in it. Maybe this whole piece will just break in half.
maybe.
But actually, if I'm gonna do that, I probably should do it the other way.
Break in half.
Maybe across.
But actually, if I'm gonna do
This
that,
knife tool here is good for cutting things.
maybe across.
This knife tool here is good for cutting things. This knife tool here is good for cutting things. Maybe it doesn't split all the way across. Let's just do this. Hit enter.
Maybe it
And
doesn't
then
split all
what
the
you
way
would have to
across.
do, I'm thinking is, let's just do this. Hit enter. Select, and then what you would have to do, these faces. Make this a separate object. Select these faces. We'll hide the separate object now. And this one will extrude. We'll hide the separate object now. And this one will extrude. So this is why these pictures are good to look at. Kind of give you an idea. Because, you know, this doesn't go damn straight up and down like a damn wall, you know. It does go straight up and down, but, you know, it's got a lot more,
You know, this doesn't go damn straight up and down.
texture
like
and
a
stuff.
Wall, you know,
You
it
know,
does
shape
go
to
straight
it.
up and down, but you know, it's got a lot more. This doesn't go straight up.
I'd say the first thing, though, is get the thing to work, then shape to it. Worry about getting it more detailed later. So if anybody wants to add a second texture to something, you know, and not sure how to do it, you basically take the object in edit mode. You pick the faces that you want to be another texture. You basically take the object in edit mode. You pick the faces that you want to be another texture. And create a new texture. And you would assign. That way the one object has two textures. And you decide whatever you're going to do for your other texture. Which I was just thinking about the pictures I had here. Borrowing elements of maybe this. Borrowing elements of maybe this. See, I wish I lived in a place where they had real earthquakes. I'd be out there with my Nikon. I'd take all kinds of damn pictures. Have all kinds of good images and stuff. There needs to be like this response team that when there's a global catastrophe, these people, they like fly out in this jet and they get there and they got their damn nice like Nikon cameras or you know, whatever the best camera on the market is, you know, and they don't take stupid ass pictures from an angle. They like look straight on at the thing. For people that like to make textures and things. Stupid ass pictures from an angle. Incident texture response team. For people that like to make textures and things. Incident texture response team. Yeah, you ever try to find just a picture of a ditch, you know, where you're trying to just get a texture of a ditch? You'll never find one that someone looked straight at, you know, and took a picture. They're always at some odd angle. It's not so hard fixing odd angles in Photoshop, but it's a pain in the ass in here. It's not the easiest. It's not so hard fixing odd angles in Photoshop, but it's a pain in the ass in here. It's not the easiest. It's not so hard fixing odd angles in Photoshop, but and there's only so much you can do with the picture. There's only so much you can do with the picture. Yeah, old Breaking Bad. That's a good show. Yep, that's a topic I can relate to. Breaking Bad. That's a good show. Probably about 8, 9 years I could relate to that topic. That's a topic I can relate to. That was about 8, 9 years I could. That was a shitty time. I can say that. I remember thinking when I was in my 30s, I remember thinking, man, the 30s, man, these are like the worst years of my life. Man, these are like terrible. I remember thinking when I was in my 30s, I remember thinking, man, I don't know about where y'all are at, but like here, that's a big problem, man. There's a lot of people. Fentanyl's another bad thing here. People dropping like flies, abusing that stuff. Fentanyl's another bad thing here. People dropping like flies. I think drugs probably are bad everywhere in the world. I don't think any places. I think some places have like actually legalized stuff, legalized all kinds of stuff, and I don't think any places. You know, the way I see it, they ought to do that everywhere. If people want to do it, they let them do it. Legalized all kinds of stuff, and I think there's enough people in prisons now. Do that everywhere. If people want to do it, they let them do it. Legalized all kinds of stuff. I think there's enough people in prisons now. For probably a year, I worked for a photographer. I was his little graphics guy. I did like miscellaneous stuff. He did the football pictures or he did all the high school photos for all the high schools in the area. He did the football pictures and one of the high schools was a Heritage High School. That was one of the high schools they had a mass shooting at years ago. And so they wanted me to design a program cover for the football team. You know, it's like they have like this. You know, it shows all the football players and cheerleaders and program cover. Basically, it's like a football team. You know, I guess it's got all the. It's kind of like a yearbook, but for the football players. So I thought Patriots. Well, Patriots, that's like here it's kind of like in one of the war there were the Patriots that fought with guns and stuff. But I said, well, I said that's not going to work. You can't use that in this school now. Not after what happened. So I ended up taking like a fighter jet, like a F-16, and put it on the middle of the football field. I spent about 2 weeks on it. It looked like it was really there. It looked pretty cool. I said, I don't know if the football people are going to like it, but I know the damn ROTC, I know they're going to love it. It looked pretty cool. But yeah, I did that stuff for about a year. I enjoyed it mostly. I didn't like the boring, repetitive stuff that, filing stuff, putting pictures in places, it was a lot of work I didn't like about it, but I did like the times I got to just play. Like, come up with something, make this, do something for this. Oh yeah, I love those days. I did like the times I got to just play. Let's see how this is going to look. Come up with something, make this, do something for this. Let me bring in my other texture from the ground. Let's see how this is going to look. Let me bring in my other texture from the ground. Somebody didn't turn on the damn Alpha channel. I don't know who could have forgot that.
Somebody did turn on the damn
Alpha channel. I don't know who could have forgot that. Alpha channel. Who could have forgot that? No, I haven't been. I haven't fooled with that pizza. I was thinking about it today though. I'll I was trying to think of some ways to do it. I'll probably do it.
I haven't fooled with
I'll
that
probably
pizza.
try
I
again
was thinking
tomorrow.
about it
Maybe
today,
even
though.
later tonight. I'm not sure.
I was trying to think of some ways.
When something I
to do
can't
it.
figure something out, I usually take a little
Probably
break.
try again tomorrow.
And I
Maybe
like
even
think
later
about
tonight.
other things, and then when I come back to it, I'm like, oh, I don't know why I didn't do
Something I
this.
can't figure something out. I
You know,
usually
now
take
it
a
makes
little
sense.
break.
Why didn't I just do it this way or that way?
Think about other things, and then when I come back
Usually,
to it, I'm like, oh, I don't know
usually
why I
that
didn't do this.
pretty much
Now it makes sense. Why didn't I just do
ends
this
up
way or that way? About other things.
being how I figure things out. I just stop working on it for a bit, and come back with a different mindset. Like, oh, I don't know why I didn't think about this the first time.
Come back with a different mindset.
Like, oh,
I don't know why I didn't think
yeah,
about
I'm not
this
really
the first
sure
time.
how this is going to look on here, but I'm on this
Different mindset.
C.
I don't know why I didn't think
Yeah, I'm
about
not really sure how this is going to look on here, but I'm on this. It's probably be one of these things, like this kind of work I'll probably do more like in my own time, because it takes so damn long.
It's probably
And I'm like one of them
this kind
types
of work
that
I'll probably do more.
if it ain't damn perfect looking to me, I'll mess with it for hours until I get it looking the way I want it.
I'm like one of them types that if it ain't damn perfect,
I'll
looking
just
to me,
slap the
I'll
texture
mess with
on
it for
there and
hours
see how it's
until I
going
get
to
it
look.
looking the way I want it. It ain't damn perfect.
I'll just slap the texture on there and see how it's going. In the past, none of these that I've made like this ever look good. They may look fine in like photo editor, but then you get them in the game and like, oh,
None
no,
of these
look
that
good
I've
at
made
all.
like this ever look good.
They may look fine in like photo editor, but then you get them in the game and like, oh, no. So we have this object here. We got to apply all the transforms, and then now we can unwrap these and they will look correct. Probably have to unwrap. See, if you're unwrapping one at a time, you can see the scale. If you unwrap too many at one time, then you got a lot more.
See, if you're unwrapping one at a
You
time,
got a different kind of scale that, you know, you don't want the dirt to be that large. So that's why it's easier sometimes just to do a small section at a time. That way when you edit your UVs,
So that's why it's easier sometimes just to do a small section at a time.
you're not trying to have to do too much.
You're not trying to have to do too much.
Yeah, that's not something you want to ever try to do. If you can help it, better to just unwrap the damn things again. And
Yeah, that's not something you want to ever try to do. If you can help it, better to just unwrap the damn things again. And yeah, that's not something you want to ever try to do. If you can help it, better to just unwrap the damn things again.
And that's why I did a couple resolutions, because like that's just not right. That ain't right at all. That's actually a different image, I think, than what I had originally on this.
It's not right. That ain't right.
Ground 1 is ground 2.
That's actually a different image, I think, than what I had originally on this. It's not right. That ain't right.
Did I overwrite? I think I did. I think I overwrote the damn one I was using. Sure did. Yes, I did. Alright. I can fix that.
Sure did.
Yes, I did. Alright. I can fix that. Nope, it's not that image. Nope, it's not that image.
Man, you ought to see them. I saw a plug-in for Blender. I was reluctant to download it. I was like, nah, that's too much shit to have to do to get a plug-in to work. But it uses like AI to make like textures that are seamless. It looked pretty interesting. But after seeing how to install it, and all the places to go here, click that, download this, and then the guy's like, all right, and then it's got to install things. About 3 gigs worth of stuff has to download from here, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing all that. I don't have enough. I don't have enough confidence in my Windows security to download all kinds of stuff that I don't know where the hell it's coming from. But it did look cool. It did. It looked pretty cool. I think AI is going to put all graphic people out of work, man, one day. They're going to be. But it did look cool. It's not going to be much for anybody else to do. AI is going to put all graphic people out of work, man. And then if someone ever did do anything that was really good for anybody else, and they're like, look, I think this is better than what. Hush up there, Jim. You know the AI always does the best job. They're like, look, I think this is better than what. Hush up there, Jim. There's gonna be a time where always does the best job. There ain't gonna be much need for people that create things. Hell, AI will be able to, based on what people like, make things exactly how people like. Hell, AI will be able to. And I bet it'll come out finally and they'll say, you know what? The AI says that you can never make everybody happy. Don't matter what you do, at least half the people are not going to like something. No matter how good it is, you just can't make everybody happy. No matter what you do, at least half the people are not going to like something. No matter how good it is, you just can't make everybody happy. No matter what you do, at least half the people are not going to like something. Damn, AI is doing some pretty cool stuff. I like watching this YouTube page called 2 Minute Papers. The guy always shows the latest technology and things. He showed an AI, Grand Theft Auto 5, where on the fly it was using AI to redo all the graphics. So they looked real. It was in real time. I mean, it wasn't like high resolution. I want to say it was like 1080p or something, but that's pretty damn impressive. I mean, it wasn't like, if you're interested, if anybody wants to see what I was talking about, I'll pull it up. If I can find it. YouTube. I don't think you can get strikes for just loading a page. I think you got to be playing their content. I don't think you can get strikes. I don't want any strikes. I ain't got any yet. Don't want any. 2 Minute Papers. Where are you at? There it is. I ain't got any yet. Don't want any. 2 Minute Papers. Yep. That's it.
Pet Economics Savings Lesson 12. At Petco, better care for your pet
This
means
guy's
more
like a
savings for
genius.
you.
Hell, I feel smart listening to him, even though I don't know half the stuff what he's talking about. So yeah, this is what the AI did. Hell, I feel before and after. New method. Video game footage. And then what the AI did. That's GTA 5. And this has been, well, this was in 2021. Imagine what it's going to be able to do in just a few years. And this has been, well, this was 2021. Imagine what it's going to be able to do in just a few years. You'd have to watch it to see it's a good video. It really is. You'd have to watch. Make you really get excited for what's coming eventually. It's a good video. It really is. I think NVIDIA will be excited for what's coming eventually. Likely going to be on top of things. NVIDIA will be
in AMD is more about, I think, brute force rendering than tech going into their stuff. So like in AMD is more about, I think, like they make very fast cards, but they haven't been really investing in, like, I don't think, the tech that'll do these new cutting edge things that are on the horizon. They haven't been really investing in, like, I don't think, the tech that'll. And it's like another friend of mine, he's like, you know, the ray tracing is like, yeah, it looks nice, but you know, it's just basically shinier things look shinier. I'm like, yeah, I agree. Basically, it is. It just all comes down to, you know, you know, what you like, really. I'm always like one of them ones, I can turn shadows off and it don't bother me. You know, I don't care about them. Having great shadows don't interest me. If it can save performance, I'll turn them off. It doesn't bother me. I'm sure people feel that way about ray tracing too. Now this is I guess it's like kind of like a prototype. Once there's like other things on here, I don't like the way this is straight up and down. See, that's like a nuisance to my eyes. I don't like the way this is straight up and down. See, that's like a nuisance to my eyes. I can make it look better later. I just want to get it working. So the way this will work, I can make it look better later. I just want to get it working. So the way this will work, I didn't mean to move it. I forgot about that piece. Let me move these. Well, I guess they're back close to the ground. Move these. Well, I guess they're back close to the ground. Yeah, that's fine. Normally I take things out of the ground, but since this is something that's going to be like on the ground, yeah, it's fine. Oh, great time to save. Before I do that, let's make a new folder for the new mod. Need a folder, make a mod. What the hell is going on with that? Before I do that, let's make a new folder for the new mod. Need a folder, make a mod. What the hell is going on with that? It's like a key's pressed on my keyboard, but there ain't nothing pressed. That's damn weird. Like a key's pressed on my keyboard, but there ain't nothing pressed. Never seen that before. That's damn weird. Never seen that before. So you got your mod folder. You have to have an info file in there. You gotta have a J-beam in there, a basic J-beam. You have to have an info file. You got to have a material file. You gotta have a J-beam in there, a basic J-beam. You name your mod in the info. Material file. You name your mod. Earthquake. Save. The mod, name that. Mesh. What am I going to call the mesh? I think I'll keep things simple. This will be A. And the reference nodes, or the not the reference nodes, the nodes will be prefix A. The object will be A. So the mesh will be A. It'll go in group A, and you'll know the nodes will have a prefix A. You'll know where the nodes are supposed to go because they all got an A on them. The other side, when I get it done, that'll be B, and its nodes will be, have a little B for the number.
and its nodes will be.
Alright, so now we save our Blender file into there.
For the number.
That way, let's move the folder first. Blender's funny. You move a folder, and you try to go back to the last folder you're at. Blender doesn't know what the hell to do. It doesn't know where you moved it to. It doesn't even bother looking.
And you try to go back to the last folder you're at.
So I'll just go ahead and move it into Vehicles.
Doesn't know where you moved it to.
And
bother looking. Try to go back to the last folder you're at.
so I'll just get it off the desktop completely. That way, I don't accidentally write to the wrong place. So now when I save my Blender file in there, this will be where the exported JBeams also will go.
I don't accidentally write to the wrong place. So now when I save my Blender file in there, this will be where the
I
exported
didn't save that.
JBeams also
I'll have to
will
redo
go.
that.
Now when I save my Blender file in there, this
Save as Vehicles Earthquake. Save as Vehicles Earthquake. Now that that's done, I can set the origin to this. It's already at the 3D cursor. Now that's done, I can set the origin to this. Now the reinforcements for this thing. Another reason why I didn't cut this very many times is because the way I'm about to do this, all these beams are going to connect to all these. Every vertice will connect to every vertice, which will make it very strong. Every vertice will connect to every vertice. So it also makes a lot of beams. Strong. Actually, I didn't do right. Hold on a minute. I forgot to hit A to select all. Actually, I didn't do right. Yeah. There we go.
I forgot to hit A to select.
Now this, if this damn thing crashes, this is always where it crashes. When you do this damn thing, this node connector thing here.
Now this,
So when I export the JBeam,
this is always where it crashes. When you do this
you bastard.
thing,
This node triangulated faces.
when
Or got ingons rather. So I have to hit edit mode, hit A, face, triangulate faces. That fixes that.
So to hit edit mode, hit A.
Now we can go into here and load it. Now load our mod, which I'm gonna rename this to Earthquake. This doesn't matter what this is called. This is just the name of the JBeam. You can have 50 JBeams for one mod.
This doesn't matter what this is called. This is just the name of the JBeam. You can have 50 JBeams for one mod.
What matters is the name of the mod. What matters is the name of the mod and the flex bodies that's going in the mod. What matters is the name of the mod and the flex bodies that's going in the mod. So all these little A nodes here go to the group A. And then so all these little beams here go under beams. And triangles go to triangles.